The ghost train fire. You open your eyes to flashing lights, laughter, and the sound of carnival music. It's 1979, and Sydney's Luna Park is alive with excitement. Families crowd the boardwalk, kids clutching cotton candy, waiting for their turn on the ghost train, a dark ride attraction that promised harmless scares in the shadows. But that night, the screams weren't part of the show. Just after 10 p.m., thick black smoke began pouring out from inside the ghost train tunnel. What started as a faint smell of burning soon turned into an inferno. The fire spread fast, too fast, fueled by wooden walls, cardboard props, and tar-covered ceilings. Within minutes, the entire structure was engulfed. 7 lives were lost. 6 children and 1 father who had only wanted to treat his son and his friends to a fun night at the park. When firefighters finally broke through the flames, the ride had been reduced to charred debris. The air was thick with smoke and questions. How did a small attraction catch fire so quickly? Why were there no sprinklers, no alarms, no emergency lights? Here's where the story gets darker. The ghost train had been flagged years earlier for safety upgrades, but management never installed a sprinkler system. Warnings were ignored. Inspections were brushed aside. Some witnesses even claimed to have seen a mysterious man entering the ride just moments before the fire began. Was it an accident? Or something more sinister? To this day, the true cause remains a mystery. Some investigators believed faulty wiring started the blaze. Others whispered that it was arson, even suggesting it might have been linked to organized crime figures trying to take control of Sydney's amusement industry at the time. Whatever the truth, Luna Park's ghost train fire became one of Australia's most haunting tragedies. The park shut down for years, its reputation scorched as deeply as the ride itself. The Thunder River Rapids tragedy. It was supposed to be just another sunny afternoon at one of Australia's biggest theme parks, Dream World on the Gold Coast. Families were lined up for the Thunder River Rapids ride, a crowd favorite known for its swirling water, fast turns, and the promise of harmless splashes. But on October 25, 2016, something went terribly wrong. 2 rafts, each carrying guests, entered the conveyor belt section at the end of the ride. Suddenly, one raft became stuck, motionless on the track. Another raft came speeding up right behind it. The water level dropped unexpectedly, and before anyone could react, the moving raft slammed into the stationary one. What happened next was horrifying. In a split second, the second raft flipped upward, throwing 2 children clear, but trapping 4 adults underneath the heavy mechanical belt. It all happened in a matter of seconds. Park staff rushed in, hitting emergency buttons, but it was already too late. 4 people lost their lives that day, 2 mothers and 2 fathers, right in front of their children. The news spread like wildfire. A place meant for fun had turned into a scene of chaos and heartbreak. The haunted castle fire. In the spring of 1984, Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey was packed with teenagers looking for thrills. Among the park's many attractions was the haunted castle, maze-like funhouse made of painted plywood walls, dim lights, and cheap animatronics meant to scare guests. It was supposed to be spooky fun, nothing more. But that night, it became the setting for one of America's deadliest amusement park disasters. On May 11th, a group of teenagers entered the castle for what they thought would be just another quick scare. Inside, the narrow corridors twisted and turned in darkness, with fake cobwebs, eerie music, and jump scares from costumed actors. Then somewhere near the middle of the maze, someone lit a lighter, maybe as a prank, maybe just to see better in the dark. That tiny spark was all it took. Within seconds, flames raced along the flammable foam and plastic walls. The fire spread fast, too fast, turning the maze into a smoke-filled trap. The corridors had no sprinklers, no smoke detectors, and worst of all, only one way in and one way out. As thick black smoke filled the halls, panicked visitors stumbled in the dark, disoriented and choking. By the time firefighters reached the scene, it was already too late. 8 teenagers, all between 15 and 20 years old, never made it out. When the investigation began, the truth shocked everyone. The haunted castle wasn't even a permanent building. It was made of trailers and plywood, thrown together with poor wiring and zero fireproofing. The park had been told years earlier to install safety measures, but the company argued that the castle was a temporary structure, meaning those laws didn't apply. 8 lives were lost because of that loophole. The tragedy made headlines nationwide. Six Flags executives were charged with manslaughter, though they were later acquitted. Still, the damage was done, both to the victims' families and to the park's reputation.